Hello, friends. Come on in. Let's do us a live. There's so much going on in the craft world today that I'm not sure that we'll even get anybody tonight. I think I'm going to have to... Thursdays are probably not the best night. How are you guys today? See if I can find me here. Ugh. Always an itchy nose. It's like I go live and then I know that my nose. Hi Diane, hi Chris. So these are the two transfers I'm going to use tonight. This is a floral background. And then this one says American Heritage Antique and Collectibles. We're going to use that one too. And we're going to do it on a shiplap board. And then I scored this bunny at the Dollar Tree and another one. Two different kinds. And I want a decoupage on those to match this. So I have some blue napkins. Might have to heat that up and see if I can get that off. Let me see here. Get away from my transfer. Oh boy, that really does heat it up fast. The only thing is I need to get it off before it gets cold again. Boy, there's something really sharp. These are metal. Man, that's kind of sharp right there. So it'd be one that stands and one that's sitting, kind of. Well, I guess they're both standing. One's standing up and one's not. Anyway, we're going to try. So, and I got these napkins. I got these from Home Goods. And they're blue with like butterflies and a kind of a floral print. They're pretty. And this one is from Amazon, and it's a bigger napkin too, so I might just go with this. Whoops, this is a bag in a bag. So this one has bunnies, chicks. It's a bigger napkin. This one has rabbits, chicks, flowers. So I may just go with that one. So we'll decide here. I'll throw this piece away and unplug that gun. Didn't even run for 2 seconds and it still has to cool off. This is funny because this bunny that's on the fold gets no head. That's kind of creepy. So let's start with our chalking, I think. And then we'll do our decoupaging on these. Maybe I should do those on a different night. But I just thought we would do. So what I want to do is I want this to go down the middle. And then I want the flowers to be on the border. This isn't really, I thought I had a transfer that was, I should look. I thought I had a transfer that had smaller. I should look. Let me look here. Let me grab my everyday album. I have moved my transfers into these portfolio books you guys talk about. That's the ticket. There's polka dots and there's that little flower. But I think I was thinking I had a transfer that had like 4 different that one wouldn't be bad, but oh my Lord, I'd have to do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, so that's not going to work. Huh. I must not have. I must be dreaming. Must be dreaming. Because I don't see it. Or else it's new and I haven't used it yet. So we'll go with this. We're going to go with this and we're going to see what happens. So I think I want to do this one first. I'm going to do it in Cadet and Colonial Blue. And I'm going to do a hot mess. Because I want it to kind of look along the line of those napkins. So that the bunnies can be displayed by it. And it looks like they're antiques. So how was your day today? Good? Hi, Carly. Everybody have a good day? I had to go in and work today, make a folder for a funeral, and then I painted all day today. Painted and glued together. So I'm going to set this down here on the floor, and then when I'm done, I will put this transfer over on that. So I have gotten a new series of strawberries, and that's kind of fun because Chalk Couture's transfer of the month, this month, is strawberries. So I did this. So this is our sign that is changeable. So this comes out, this pops out. This I just have taped on here because this goes in our truck. So you can do it on this picket fence or you can do it on the truck. And if it was on the truck, it goes up in here. So the strawberries go up there. This goes, and I don't have any Velcro on it, but it would go right here. And then the little sweet would go down here on the license plate. So isn't that cute? So I love the truck. No doubt about it, but I also like this picket fence. So that just pops in there. There you go. And then the strawberries get slipped in there. So I did that today. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see up here this tiered tray. So it's this little square, the round is on an easel, there's a little garland, and then this goes up there and it says farm fresh berries. I need to ink that in a little bit. So that will also go up there. I just didn't want to stretch to do it, so I'll get a stool or something to do it. And then there is, and you can see that in my Crafty Sarah's Woodshop, SHOPPE. There is a round, a door round, and then there's some little frames. 3 little squares that you can set on easels, or there's a frame that you can, an interchangeable frame. You can pop out the picture and put that in there, and then there was, I should get it. There's a little stander that says berries. So I'll show you these 3. So if you're interested in any of these kits, just let me know. Just send me a private message. So we have this one that says berries, strawberries. And then these are the 3 little signs, and I'm gonna have to go in and do these letters again. Sometimes the paint goes in the letters and you have to highlight them. But these are the 3 little pictures, and there is a frame that they fit in that pops out just like the frame did on the picket fence. And so you can change these out, or these can set in easels. And then this is a little door sign. It's 10.5 inches. And like I said, these are all wood kits that you can get and paint yourself. I painted all of these today. It wasn't that bad, you guys. You know, once your colors are out and your stuff is all on boards, I just take masking tape and turn it backwards, and I have painting boards. It's simple. Okay. Now I need to open up this surface. And my husband came home, and he was home, he got home at 6 o'clock. And I think he was home maybe an hour, and he got another death call, so he had to leave. So he gets no supper tonight. Because if he got it, it would be at 10 o'clock tonight, and he doesn't, that doesn't work so well for him, so. So this is our shiplap surface. Love these. Very solid MDF. It's distressed. It's got the lines in it. It's awesome. So really what I want to do is I want to put this down, and then we'll chalk this, and then I will chalk the border after this, I think. Yeah. I hate the Open Daily being right on the crack, but it's probably where it's going to have to be. If you whip that up there, you get a little air under it. Maybe I can do it there. Nope. My top border goes off the top, so I better not. Wonder if I could stick. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna lay some twine in there. I did this the other day, and it kind of works well. Because these actually have the groove in them like shiplap does, and your paste will get down in there, and it kind of smears a little bit. So I'm just gonna tape this down, maybe. side here. And then run it through there. And tape it down on this side. I think I'm just going to do it on this one. So then my husband brought me home the folders tonight, and I had to fold them. So I had to fold 200 folders for his funeral tomorrow. They're all done. They're all done and ready to roll. Okay. So let me see here. Of course, wondering if I have a ruler that's like within distance. Of course not. Just going to see if my sides were anywhere close. Let me grab one here. Just for the heck of it. 2 inches from there to there. Is that right? 3 inches. 3 inches from there to there. This one is just a little less than 3 inches. I don't think I'm going to mess with it. So I'm going to do, the method that I'm going to do is hot mess. And that is taking a little bit of each color and putting it on the surface. And then I'm going to lift this one as I go. So that is the Cadet. This one is Colonial Blue. I just want to stir them up good before we start. I'm just going to take some of that. Just kind of push it around, some of the dark, because you won't be able to recoup this because it's contaminated. So it is what it is. And then I think we'll distress the edges of this. Grab one of these. If you go to my Crafty Sarah's VIP page, you're going to find some gently used transfers, deeply discounted. So if that's something you'd be interested in, they'd be retired. Whoops. They'd be retired ones. I'm going through my inventory and trying to get rid of some of them that I've used, and you know they're usually only used one time. So I'm just going to go ahead and lift this up. Cute as can be. That's exactly how I want it to be. I want it to have different shades of blue in it. Okay, then I'm just going to lay it down and not push it down. And then I'm going to try and get this one done before it dries on me. We'll see how that works in there. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. If you ever see a kit on my Crafty Sarah's Wood Shop, if you see something on there and you're interested in it, just send me a message and I will let you know. If I don't have a price on them, sometimes I forget to price them. If I don't have the price on it, just let me know and I will find it for you. I do wood cutouts and I'd love to be your person. It's a little side gig for me. So as you can see, there's really no rhyme or reason to the hot mess method. Just putting down a color, 2 colors, 3 colors, however you want it, and just going for it. Just want to make sure everything is covered. And I'm just going through and getting the heavies off because you'll see the drag lines. They'll show in on your piece. All right, gonna let that go, set that down, and let's get to lifting. That is exactly what I wanted. My string came up. I think it'll be okay. I'm going to set this down here on my paper. And then I'm going to give it a spray because I don't want it to dry while I'm here. So I'm just going to give it a spray. Hope you don't, are you seeing my rear end? That's probably not a good thing. Ooh, that is not a good thing. Okay, so I want this to dry. Oh, dang it. I think I'm out of wipes on this too. Here's some. Here's some to the rescue. Yeah, that turned out pretty. It really doesn't take much to dry. So I'm just going to peel this up. And I can see that it took the chalk, which is fine. The thing is it didn't leave a big old pile in the groove. That's what usually happens. All right, let's make sure this is dry. So I'm going to want to lay my other transfer over the top. Oh, you're in Blue Hill. Is this the weekend of your Sasquatch thing? All right, so I'm going to grab my fuzzing towels again. If you guys pop on and you see the red live up in the corner, you know you're live. If you don't, if you hashtag replay, I would greatly appreciate it. And comment if you can, because commenting helps me a lot. A lot. I put an order in today, you guys, and if you spend $60, I think, and you're a club member or a Perks member, you get 5 free club transfers. So I'm going to get 5 club transfers, and they're going to be from way back. I probably already have them, but I can use them for giveaways. And then our paste of the month is called Home, and it is a beautiful navy blue. Beautiful. And you get that with a $75 order. That opens the ability to be able to buy that. Unless you're a Perks member, which you get 30% off your order, and you get 30% off of your paste. So that's a bonus. Okay, let's see if this will do what I want it to do. So what I want to do is I want to fill this border in with these flowers. Oh man, is that still wet? It must be. Let me dry that again. Good Lord. Good night, Nellie. I caused myself more stinking trouble. I think what I should have done was move my board this way. I was trying to see which way is up, but maybe it doesn't even matter. So I don't want to go over the border that's there, but I'd like to go up to the border that's there. Maybe we should just do this one in the cadet. Or should we hot mess it too? Ugh. Guess we're going to hot mess it. But I don't want a lot on there because, darn it, I got some on my board. There we go. And I'm thinking, do I want to go all the way to the end? I guess I do, because I did down here. Man, I wasn't chintzy on that, or I was chintzy on that. The other one I had to throw it away, and this one I'm barely got enough to go. But the thing is you don't want a whole bunch of extra. Okay. So I'm gonna lift that up. Oh my God, you guys, I love that. And I'm gonna wait for that to dry because I'll have myself a mess if I don't. And my transfer is laying over on itself, which is a pain in the butt. But just slowly pull it apart. And if you can't pull it apart, take it into the sink and run it under warm water Ooh, that's beautiful. So I'm going to wait for that side to dry, and I'm going to move over to this side. And then I'm going to turn my... I don't even think it really makes a difference if it's... I should have, guess you gotta put sticky side down, right? I should have measured this out and just did from end to end, but I'm gonna go total end to end. Sometimes these boards kind of have a corner that's tipped up or something, and this one does. This blue really looks antique-y. Just gonna set that there. Oh man, I love that. Let's just do this every time. Come on, come on. Stop. All right, so this needs to be dry. For me to finish that end and that end, this needs to be dry. Look at me. I can't do anything without being a hot mess. So I just need to get that, just that little area there. I think I'm just going to put that down and just, I don't even know if it even matches, but it's close enough. I don't think that anybody will really notice. There you go. I'm going to turn around and get the other side. Sort of got to make it look like it belongs, right? That's a rose right there, so I'm gonna do that right there. This already has dark on it, so I'm just gonna go with it. There we go. That's good. So I will not keep this because it is not a true color. So I will put that in a dish. So what do you guys think? Cute? Isn't that kind of pretty? I think it looks antique-y. Isn't that pretty, Holly? Thank you. I think it looks antique-y. You can see where I split down there on that one, and my color is a little bit lighter, but and I may mess with that a little bit. This one up here didn't turn out too bad. You can't see it, I guess. There we go. I think you can see it. I have my phone turned around, so I can't see my phone. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Let it dry. And then we're going to mess with one of these bunnies. I think we're just going to do one. What did I do with it? I think we're going to do this one. And I want to grab some chalk paint. And I think I'll get ivory or plaster. I think plaster might be over there. Yeah, which one's lighter? Ivory is. So I think I'm going to paint it with chalk paint first. One thing I have noticed with chalk paint is it doesn't clean. If it dries up, it doesn't clean on these things very well. Well, this one has a goober on it too. So I think I want to plug that in and try to get that off. I'm going to get ready this time. I'm going to grab a paper towel. Because it really didn't seem like it took very long to heat that sticky part up. And these are down the $5 aisle, but they were $3. There we go. Again, my gun cool. You have to cool it down. So that really got hot. So I'm just going to paint this first with chalk paint, and there is glitter on this, but I am going to just paint over that. So Holly, I thought that our trip today was going to get ended, and I'm still not positive on it. our son told me a year ago that they were going to Italy in May. And so I didn't even give it a thought. And I've asked him the dates before. And I feel like when they told me the dates, they were in May. And I sent him a message this morning and I said, tell me again what those dates are. And he said, it's the 23rd through the 9th of June. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, Josh, my class reunion is the 23rd and 24th. I said, so the boys will have to come here, which is fine. And I said, and then when I went, I didn't even think a thing about it. And then I go to write it on my calendar, and I flip my calendar to June and realize that John and I had booked our flight for the 4th of June through the 9th. So I called siblings, and they're going to help with the boys. Looks like he pooped over here, you guys. He's got a thing hanging. Yeah, so hopefully that all works, or I'm not going, because I made a promise to them, and I'm not breaking that promise. If I can't find somebody, then I won't be going. Okay. Now to try to not touch it and get the inside ears. Which I don't know if that really matters. Nobody can see that part anyway, I don't think. So they're going to be gone, like, my husband, I said they're going to be gone 2 weeks. My husband said, no, they're going to be gone like 18 days. And they are. It's June 20, or May 23rd to June 9th. So it's like 18 days. So I'm going to set that in there. I'm going to squirt some water in there. I don't want that chalk paste. I'm telling you, you guys, that's the pits to get that off of there if that dries. Just goes to show you, you paint on plastic and it sticks. So we need to dry that bunny so we can decoupage on it. Yeah, we should do that too, Holly. I always go by the calendar on my refrigerator. I mean, it's my life. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Diane. And so, yeah. I always tell my husband, he always says, well, I didn't know where you were. I said, well, do you look at the calendar? Because if you ever wonder where I am, just go look on the calendar. Because that's where I am. That's where I'm at. I write everything on my calendar. And it's on the fridge. Lori, did you get your check back yet by any chance? I still haven't gotten that. Talk about mail that got lost. That's nuts. I just wondered if they returned it to you. So I'm just putting this white underneath it, this plaster or ivory, because the napkin's white and I don't want the color to to come through, like the other bunny's purple. I don't want that purple to come through. I think he might be dry. So I'm just going to Mod Podge on him, and then I'm going to put the napkin on him. And if there's wrinkles, I don't care. Really, I don't care. He's kind of cute. I'm going to use a big old brush. I'm going to grab another one of my little dishes. These are little chalk couture dishes. Palette dishes. Squeeze out some Mod Podge. Let her rip. So I'll have to do it while the Mod Podge is wet. So I should have, I screwed up. Should split my napkin. I think we're going to use the big one because it covers more territory. Remember, you have to separate your layers. This one has just one layer. Sometimes they have three. Sometimes they have three. And sometimes they're hard to get apart, and if they are, just stick a little tape on your finger and stick them, you know, like separate them that way. These are pretty simple. Okay, we'll keep going now. Well, I really do think that they told me May. They never said it was going to go into June. And Josh is my son that's had open heart surgeries, and they never have been on a vacation. They went last year. Was the first time, or year, was it last year? I don't know. They went down to Florida. Him and his wife did. And that was the first time that they have been anywhere. And they had an absolute ball. And I said, you guys need to travel. I'm afraid that Josh needs to travel. So that's kind of funny because that in the middle. Where's his neck at? Maybe I can put a bow there. So I'm just pushing it down on the Mod Podge. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and put some over it. And it is a little bit wrinkly, but that's okay. And then I'll dry it, and then I'll sand it off. I want them to go. I mean, it's a vacation of a lifetime. But that's a long time for people to take care of your kids. I'm just glad that I'm able to do it. So I'll take the first week. Sister will take part of the second week, and brother will take a day or so of the second week too. A couple days maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, they should have it on the phone too. I don't really like those two bunnies there because there's no head. Maybe I can take one off over here and put it on those bunnies. So I'm going to see if I can sand off some of the edges here. Sounds kind of ugly, doesn't it? I'd rip it, but I'm afraid I'm going to rip it. Like, really rip it. Diane, I bet you came home to a bunch of sticks in your yard, didn't you? Then your neighbor died across the street. You missed that. Across the alley. Maybe more. Did you even know Cindy? I bet you didn't even know Cindy. Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be something, Holly? Ireland's on my bucket list. But I'd take Italy too. I'd take Italy too. And they're actually going for a wedding. I said to these kids, I go, isn't it presumptuous of your friend just to assume that you guys could afford to go to Italy? And they can, but he was like, yeah, you know, we don't have to go. I go, I know, but what a wonderful experience it would be. And they're going to go with friends, so they're going to have fun, and then they're going to go on a cruise. They're going to get a cruise. So yeah, they're getting all of it. They're having the major experience. I guess the bride and groom are going to go on a cruise, and they said, you can come with us if you want, but if you don't want to, we understand. Well, at first they weren't going to do it, and then they decided they should do it. I'm like, yeah, I think you probably should do it. It's like, good Lord, why pass up a beautiful thing like that? I thought maybe I do, an emery board in here that I could just get in there. My husband isn't that excited about leaving the country, though. He doesn't. He gets weird about it. He's like, I don't think I'd leave the country right now. I'm like, oh, I totally would. So I am just going to put a bunny right over that. I don't really want to cover up that little chick. Right there is like a bunny body split. So it's like a half a body on the top and a half a body on the bottom. And they are on top of each other. Looks funny. So I'm going to stick a bunny right there to make that look normal instead of like an oddity. The rest of it looks fine, but that right there is just a little weird. Looks like a circus show or something. Take that off of there. Thought I would add a little chick to it, but that didn't work so well. Chick got ate up in Mod Podge. So isn't that cute, you guys? Let's put a bow on him. And I will do the back side. I'll do the other, because I want both sides done, I think. So I can do that when I'm here. But I want to put, I was trying to find blue. Actually, I'm going to stick this over here. Another thing, if that Mod Podge dries, then you have yourself a mess too. I found a blue and white polka dot. We'll do gravy, come on. Got it at the markdown on Hobby Lobby for $1.24. Thought that was a steal of the century. So I'm going to, I think we're just going to do a messy bow. We won't do a loopy bow. So I'm going to do it like, I don't want it huge. I'm going to go 5 inches. Usually I go 8. I'm going to go 5. I tried to find some like distressed, but I got some lace. I'm going to put that in there. That's kind of antique-y. And it's coffee stained. And then I also had this little blue stripe that I thought was cute too. And then I have a ecru, kind of an ecru lace. Probably put that in there. We'll see. We'll see how it works. So I'm just going to grab the Bodabra. You know, I got these things. Got these little teeny doilies from, I need to look at that little teeny square doily, and then I have a little round one. There's several in here. Aren't those the cutest things? Seriously, wouldn't those be cute? They need to be coffee stained though. I think. They're too white. Too white. Alright, so I'm going to start with the polka dotty. Just going to go ahead and dovetail it before I put it in there, so I don't have to mess with that. It's just going to be a little bow. Put some of that in there. Might have to cut some of that off. Maybe I should just put one of those in. That's kind of a hard one in there. I see that the Dollar Tree has those egg stacks. I bought one of those, and I haven't ever done anything with it. I don't really know what to do with it. I saw somebody did one the other day, and it wasn't Easter. I can't think of what it was. Huh. Maybe it was a bunny? I don't know. I feel like it was something for Easter, but I'm not sure what. That just doesn't seem like much ribbon in there. I need to get some sisal or sisal, and I could add that in there too. All right, I'm just going to go with it. Just tie it down, bring it up, tie it in a knot. I better turn my glue gun on. My glue tool. You can't say the other word. So if you guys would please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Crafty Sarah's. It's Crafty Sarah. And I will put the link in my description, and that would be amazing. That would help me. I'm moving my videos from here to there because after 30 days here, they delete them. So, and now they won't let us turn our camera. So before I could see what was going on here, now I have my phone turned around, so I'm looking at my camera just like you guys do. You know, like when you're taking a picture. So they aren't making it easy for us. Go figure, huh? Go figure. That's still pretty wet. Didn't it turn out cute? I think it did. It's amazing that you can decoupage on anything. Might have to wait to put the bow on. But that's what it'll look like. It'll go on like that right there. Right there is where the two bunnies were that were like half bodies. They were kind of creepy. So anyway, I'll put the bow on and then I'll take a picture of it with the other thing. With this. I think that matches that perfectly. We'll see when my picture comes up on mine. I'm still lagging. Isn't that cute? It's like it all goes together. It's an antique collectible. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you popping in and spending your time with me. I know you could be a million other places doing a million other things, but I really do appreciate it. If you can sprinkle me out there, that would be awesome. And I will see you next time. Oh, I need to read that. I'll have to go back and read it. I'm trying to read it through the... Let me see here. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in, girlfriend. Thanks, Lori. All right, guys. So if you didn't watch my live in the beginning, go back and catch the beginning. I showed you all the berry things that I made today. Up top there is a tiered tray bench. Those things are available. And the little picket fence, which could also be in the back of the pickup. And then there is the berries sign. There's all kinds of cutesy things. So, all right, guys, please have a great rest of your night. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Amanda, so much. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Love you.